let's talk about the dumb crap that Yu-Gi-Oh buyers do. Now, this was inspired by a real thread on trade complaints on Facebook about just some of the worst people out there. And we're going to have a couple of my stories in here as well. So show some love if you guys love this series. The series is ridiculous to make sometimes, but it's a really interesting place. So let's dig on into this, shall we? Yu-Gi-Oh buyers. So now we've gone through sellers, and let me tell you guys, sellers are the worst. So this entire video is inspired by this guy on Trade Complaints today, talking about how he got a misprint Silent Wabi in the mail that a piece of tape on it. All right, I'm like, ooh, this is the juicy stuff. Like, the card came in damaged, you would assume. No, card came in stated condition, perfectly fine. This person goes ahead and blasts the seller for forgetting to put a piece of tape on the card. All right here. See that? But because the buyer got the card in the stated condition, everything's fine, we're going to go ahead and blast Cotton Eye Joe over here. I don't know what the person's name is. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put the seller on blast because they did not include... Here, let's go through this pile of cards I have here. Okay, so this one has a piece of tape. This one has a piece of tape. Oh, this one's in a little baggie. Oh, whoop, not a piece of tape. Oh, another one in a baggie. Okay. Oh, this one's got 3 domains in it. All right, so we're going to complain about, oh, there's no tape on there. Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh, look, another little zippy thingy. Oh, there's no piece of tape on this Phantom Knight. Ooh. And there's a very strong piece of... I don't even want to open this one. All right, so that's just what, out of 8 letters here as a general consensus. We're really complaining about the piece of tape. I actually had a neg from a buyer who said, and I quote, put too much tape on the envelope. All right, I did the standard one piece. All right, like look at that, the one piece of tape down there. I received a neg, and in the neg it says, I hate dealing with tape. And I'm like, what in the world? So, like, this isn't my first rodeo dealing with or seeing people like this and seeing somebody else complaining about the lack of tape. There's other people that complain about, tape being on the package. You cannot win with this community. And I think the biggest thing is, like, Tcgplayer was lightning quick to remove that neg. It's like, too much tape, and you're like, so you wanted me to damage your card for you in transit so that you could potentially complain, but instead you complained about the piece of tape. Moral of the story here, and I just want to stress this enough. Yu-Gi-Oh players are some of the absolute scummiest people out there, and even as so much as, like, not putting a piece of tape on here, as you saw from 8 sellers, all right, of which 3 of them choose to put the card in a little zippy thingy that seals up there to protect the card, 2 of which didn't even care. I mean, the card came in fine. There's no damage, all right? There's no reason to complain about that. And then you have the other people that put tape on the card. None of the stuff is damaged, all right? But because you got your card in stated near mint condition, by the way, we're gonna drag the seller's name across the floor because they sent you. Anybody else see the problem with this? All right, like, you wanted a reason to nag, all right? At this point in time, you may as well have lied about it, all right? You may as well win. That's the other thing that pisses me off about people, all right? You have the blatant people that choose to lie, all right? And this toggles into some of the other stuff we talked about. When I put tracking on an order and it says delivered, all right, with signature confirmation, oh my god, I can't believe this stuff. This was an eBay story from years back. I sent a package, signature confirmation, by the way, signed for, all right, at the address, by the way. Person messages me, I didn't get my package. I'm like, Well, that's really weird because I got the scanned back of your signature and it signed you. All right, person ends up opening a case against me. Freest win of my life, by the way. Imagine lying about receiving a package with your signature on it. Now, signature could have been forged. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just it was signed for. And now, the other thing I want to complain about here with Yu-Gi-Oh buyers is people would rather blast the seller on the internet. Now, imagine a world where, hey, you can directly message your customer, all right? You can open up a line of communication for 3 seconds, DM them, and be like, hey, my order was messed up. 9 times out of 10, that seller will take care of the issue with you. If your card came in the wrong condition, it will be fixed, no problem, all right? Easy. Then, for some reason, there's this 1% of the people over here that are like, no, I'm gonna bash them online. And then the buyer has to see the complaint and then or the seller has to see the complaint, has to see their name being dragged through the mud, and then they have to DM them, of which then the issue gets resolved. Imagine a world where you don't open up the channel link, you're dissatisfied, and you will not reach out because are you too smooth-brained? Like, am I missing something? There's a DM button on Tcgplayer that you can open up a line of communication. I think I messed up. I think there were 2 orders in this past week that there was an issue with upon receiving. Guess what? Easy, lightning fixed. All right. One person, I sent them the wrong comment. I was like, no problem. All right. 2 days later, they got their card. They're like, thanks. They got to keep the extra card. No problem. All right. If you mess up, you own up to it. Easy. But it's like these buyers, their first instinct is, oh, you know, like, these sellers aren't going to help me. Who put this preconceived notion in your head? Like, have you just had the worst customer service in your life? Like I said, 95% of the time, you will have good customer service from people if you just open up a line of communication. If you're going to go and not open up the line of communication, you're going to start here. You're going to start blasting me on social media for whatever reason, all right? Then I don't really want to help you. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, you already told me that, you know, the big F you to me, right? Like, why do I want to have this line of communication with you? The other biggest things I see are people, for some reason, assume that this is another big one. I love when people on Tcgplayer buy a card from you in light play condition, and then they receive the card. Oh, this is hilarious. And they're like, this isn't near mint. I ordered near mint. And then you send a picture of what they bought to them, and they're like, no, that's a Tcgplayer error. All right. Imagine. All right. I've had this exact same scenario happen with people that buy damaged cards. All right. Do you know what damaged cards are? Damaged cards are cards that are more than likely bent in some degree. It makes them unplayable to a degree. And then people buy these cards, and then they get mad because they didn't ask you for, things. They were like, oh my God, this card's at 30% of its value. Why is it listed? And then they buy it. And they get mad in the condition it comes in. Maybe you should take an extra 3 seconds to message somebody and ask, hey, how bad is this? Can I get the stated condition on this? Before you actually do get this damaged card in the mail. And you're like, Ree! All right. Easy 101 things that can be solved with just a little bit of brain power. All right. So, general consensus of everything. People are people. They are very unintelligent at points in time. Opening up the easiest line of dialogue to a buyer will resolve 95% of your issues. Being a horrible customer is a thing that does exist, and I do highly recommend that if you're one of those, please do work on bettering yourself, because dealing with horrible buyers is not something that sellers want to do, especially when you refuse to send the first dialogue going, hey, there's something wrong. How am I supposed to know? I assume you got your package, but that's that. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about this. And, well, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.